what he needs to do. Ness being, of course, probably the strongest between the PK kids.
Yeah.
I know that's a little heated debate here in Georgia, but top to bottom, I see more quality come out of Ness than I do Lucas, and I think it's because he's a little more autopilot.
I think Ness does a little bit better in this matchup anyways, because Ness has that, cheese kill factor. You're never getting hit by a Lucas Huriel and being like, I died from that? But
yeah,
Ness backer will do that to you, especially a Sephiroth.
And honestly, I don't know how, the yo-yo interacts with Sephiroth's up B. Obviously the up B gets disjointed if you... Oh, wow. And a hard read on that one with the F smash.
Honestly, I have played this matchup versus Gekyume myself, the Sephiroth Ness matchup. You just Octa Slash every time, like... That little puny yo-yo is nothing to an Octo Slash.
I wouldn't expect it would be, but that thing just acts so weird. Oh man! I wonder whether he got caught mashing a button there somewhere. I don't know what it was exactly.
No, he didn't. He was just standing perfectly still. He didn't even shield or anything.
Oh really? Okay.
What I assumed the Streetdzine was looking out for. He was looking out for a shield.
And what's this interaction gonna look like? Okay. Ooh, and missing the tag. And hey, that's how, I mean, that's Ness. That's the matchup.
That's been Ness for as long as we can remember. Okay. This is where the shield pressure comes out.
And one big thing that, and see, that's something I think that, Sephiroth has that not a lot of people talk about is that counter is actually super good with just creating a space and just kind of keeping whoever you're playing against the arms distance.
Especially against Ness, because the Ness player's going to mash if they can. That's a masher's paradise.
Oh yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken though, on the flip side of that, I believe the sparkles at the end of that, Ness can actually, I think Ness can actually absorb them.
He can absorb them, and if he F smashes the counter, it also reflects the projectile and kills Sephiroth.
Okay, that is such a that's an Uber Eats delivery right there. Man. That is ridiculous. How it just sends straight to him every time.
Okay, getting this opening.
He got robbed there, but so Ness sitting at 117. What's going to be like the quickest way that Sephiroth can actually push this stock?
Oh, it's going to be a forward air. He's going to be neutral, he's going to hit a forward air or back air, and then Ness is just going to explode. But it might not happen because those are pretty precise tools.
He was trying to clean that one up and going for an up smash instead. I got to say, that's not what I was expecting of it. And F tilt, I think it may have been a little bit of a misinput going high on that first one.
Might have been for a jump get up.
Maybe.
But he was close enough to the ledge that if he did a regular F tilt, it would have caught the jump get up earlier anyways.
Okay.
Okay, nice up tilt.
And I'm seeing Streetdzine go for a lot of these up smashes. Do you think that's actually something that would be like a big cleanup tool for in this matchup? Or?
It could be, but like honestly, without wing, not having the super armor, it's a little dangerous. I wouldn't go for it personally until you have wing. Once you have wing, it is so good because you have the safety.
Oh, and you take that one.
You have the safety of the giant move, the safety of the super armor. Oh, yep.
And that's going to be the stock.
Surprised the grab still hit there. Maybe he delayed a little bit.
It looked like he did. Sephiroth did have a little bit of hit stun. He floated for a second, being at like 170.
I thought it was going to float right over the grab. I would have been laughing my ass off, honestly. But.
Yeah. If he had whiffed that, what was his option on it? Though? Do you think maybe just try and grab out of hit stun? So where does he go next? Where does this? Are we going to a stage with bigger platforms? Who gets, who benefits more off of these like bigger, wider stages? And I know Sephiroth likes to create his space and play in that mid range, but it seems like Ness controls more space in that mid range.
I think I would take Ness town here personally because I didn't hear him say town. I heard him ban Kalos, I believe. I didn't hear the other stage, but any stage where you can consistently edge guard Ness is a great stage,
Okay.
Especially bigger stages, so Sephiroth lives longer. You just really have to capitalize on those edge guards. Or the swap round.
Swapping set? Oh, I think we had our players swap. Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, so that's probably a stream.
Oh, we are. Oh.
He's thinking about it, but I honestly don't see any reason to swap in that case. I mean, when you're coming off the win, you have momentum going.
Right.
Make him answer it.
Yeah.
And especially when you're going against the number 4 seed, you're out-seeded here at the moment. Make him make the adjustment.
Right, especially because once you swap to another character, you lose the advantage of Ness beating Snake.
Yeah.
So you have to realize that the winner has to pick first. So if Streetdzine saw the Ice Climbers pick, he could have swapped to Snake.
Yeah.
And that would be
then that's a night.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this counter pick works out for Streetdzine. So far, navigating these platforms pretty well, but a lot of these risky up smashes.
I gotta say one thing that I'm respecting coming out of that was another up. Now something I'm respecting is this up B usage from Streetdzine to making sure that Gekyume doesn't have time to set up that PK Thunder.
Okay. Some pressure coming out.
Ooh, he made it back. Good option. Wasn't quite able to get that hangover.
Take it max distance. Trying to use these burst options like dash attack to close the distance. Dash attack surprisingly strong after the buff a couple patches ago.
And this is the main thing that I was talking about of, lots of F-tilt usage here from Sephiroth and from Streetdzine, but the sword's long, the PK Fire goes just a little bit longer and it goes underneath the sword. So I think that's where a lot of this pressure is really kind of, he's having a hard time.
You can really tell how pressured Streetdzine is feeling because he's throwing out these up smashes, these down smashes. He threw out that burst option, that dash attack from almost half stage. Like, even though Gekyume wouldn't even be sent far by any of these options, that are typically reserved for kill options. So this is the part where Gekyume runs away with the set before giving Streetdzine the confidence to come back.
And we could see a lot going on here, and I'm honestly surprised we didn't see an attempt to counter that go around.
Nice get up attack.
Yeah, good get up attack leading into the orb being hit. Good poke, and he's got a lot of pressure here. Man,
yep.
Got just so far. But a good catch on the neutral get up. Or the normal get up.
Okay.
So Streetdzine here has his first solid lead. Does he try and push the issue, or does he kind of make Ness approach him?
Definitely make Ness approach you. That's the Sephiroth way. You don't ever approach if you don't have to. You just go full distance. You do your side Bs, you do your F tilts, you do your forward airs.
He's good with punishing,
but now he's on the
platforms.
He's got the advantage.
Ooh! A little bit of charge. I don't know how much it takes to actually pop a shield, but man. He's wanting it now, though. He sees blood in the water.
Yeah, you don't need another down smash after that. Just hit him with something else.
And messes up on the jab reset.
I don't know if he messed up or if it was just kind of too far, because Sephiroth does go pretty low. He's a really skinny person.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the orb, even if you just get one, that causes so much pressure and just makes everybody want to sit and shield just a little bit longer. And the poke! And I was absolutely sweet spotted. And
that
I gotta
hitbox
say,
was nasty.
That right there was a completely different Streetdzine than we saw in Game 1.
Absolutely.
So, what did he do different? What did you see that made the difference in that game? Because that was not just one stock, that was two. That was not even as close as the first game.
Yeah, he stopped panicking so much. He started going down with those forward airs more. Those are really important in every matchup. Your neutral tools are so important. Even if your character covers a lot of space, like these Ganon F smashes and stuff, it's not going to be a neutral tool. You shouldn't be hitting that against good players. But Gekyume panicked a little. He got hit by a couple of them, but he did get hit by those neutral tools too, and ended up getting edged out there.
One of the biggest things that I saw that was the difference was one of the things I mentioned was we didn't have as many of those just random in neutral up smashes. He wasn't, Gekyume.
Especially, this is something that you might not know if you don't play Sephiroth. From the front, the up smash has a much bigger blind spot than from the back. If he was going to do those run-up up smashes, you should pivot those 100% of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the beautiful things that I think that, Gekyume's really, especially as Ness, he hasn't been jumping just for no reason. He's been making sure that he's staying grounded when need be, and just, again, trying to control the space and out mid-range Sephiroth with his PK fires.
I don't even think he should be mid-ranging at all, personally. I think he should have been... I think this pick is good for the mid-range, because you get the PK fires, you get the Zairs, you get stuff like that. But Ness, you definitely want to get in on Sephiroth, and I know that can be scary because Sephiroth can just kill you.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Without Wing, it's not as scary, because he doesn't have as many safe options up close.
Speaking of scary... Oh, never mind. And that's one of those pressure things that, you know, really being able to separate yourself and keep that timer in your head. Because I think it's, what, 4 seconds that the orbs sit on you?
Not 100% sure. It changes with every level, I think.
Does it? Okay, see, that's not something I know. I think it resets if you get more than one snap.
Yeah, it absolutely resets if you get more than one. I do it by the rotations.
Okay, so that's way harder.
they have different rotation timings, so
okay.
I know the first level is 2 rotations. The second level is 4 rotations. It's around like 4.5. And then I don't even know the third level, because if you get that at that point, you should be good.
Yes. And that right there, that was a little scary trying to do the full Octa Slash into the PK freeze. That, you know, it doesn't snap, so I feel like that would have been a little bit more intense.
I feel like Gekyume's neutral has been so much more solid with this Lucas pick.
And that is one thing, again, like you were saying, playing that kind of mid-range poke game is something that, you know, you saw out of Gekyume's Ness, but it's not Ness's strong suit. I think it's definitely Lucas's strong suit. He doesn't want to play, ooh! But going from, you know, I think that down air to F tilt is true. It's got to be.
That wasn't true. But he didn't have his double jump. He lost it to the down air.
Oh, that's
so
right.
that was essentially true, but it's really not.
I think dash attack's the only thing he punishes with there, and that actually went through the PK fire. I gotta say I was surprised with that. And it auto turned around to catch both of them. I'm surprised about that.
I hate how that move works. It just turns itself around.
And that is one thing that, you know, I think that Streetdzine is starting to kind of pick up on is I think Gekyume's gotten like maybe 30 or 40% back out of his percent just by absorbing snaps.
I think more than that, honestly. It's been quite substantial. But I think the big difference here is definitely being able to get in Sephiroth's face, but still be able to have good boxing options, outspacing Sephiroth's Nair.
Yeah.
Because Sephiroth's Nair is his only really insane tool up close. Until he has Wing and he can do up smash stuff. But, again, you're a shorter character, the up smash can whiff, you know, all he has is F tilt unsafe.
And powering through with that down tilt, honestly, I think saved him a lot of pressure when he was on FE.
Okay, really risky Octa Slash. We're seeing the scared Streetdzine come back out.
Yeah, that Octa Slash was a little jumpy if you had to ask me.
Yeah, you absolutely could have reacted to Gekyume not doing anything. And so he absolutely banked on Gekyume baiting him and then faking it and going back in anyways. But that's not a good bet to make when you're already down in a last game.
And it is Sephiroth. Wing can bring back his stock very quickly, and even without Wing, he might be able to do something here. Oh. Hey, there we are. All right, so the back air, I don't know if that was even sweet spotted, but it didn't seem to really matter.
It looked sweet spot, but it does not matter at that percent.
Accidentally getting a short hop out of that button there. Both of these guys want to play it very close, and again, you know, this is the most even I think we've seen it so far.
Oh.
But is this going to clean it up right here? That is a lot of damage.
Okay.
Get the poke. What's his answer here?
That forward air, the lasting frames really help there. It lasts 7 whole frames if you throw out the whole move, so he can cover the neutral tech and if he missed the tech.
Okay. Oh, and barely hit. I think it fast fell through to react to that.
Yeah, there's a that blind spot is pretty huge right there. Even with Lucas's giant head.
Yeah. This is the Jimmy Neutron speed.
Okay.
No, it's gonna be Leo. He lost his jump. Oh no!
Didn't realize he lost his jump.
Streetdzine able to come and take that set kind of out of nowhere.
That was a really unfortunate SD.